Lions fans, what's going on? It's your boy King, man. I'm here. I'm back. It's time. It's time. This weekend, it's about to go down. Man, it feels great to be here. I miss you guys so much, man. There's so much I want to talk about. Let's dig in. So, of course, at 7:30, I was supposed to have the live stream. But if you follow me on social media, you know what's going on. If you live in Michigan, you knew what happened yesterday. So, boy, did we get slammed. Did we get slammed? Y'all see the photos, man. My barbecue grill. Yeah, man. Barbecue grill, absolutely demolished. Table, gazebo, flipped over, everything, man. It was tornado-type winds yesterday, which knocked my power out, which caused me to live in a hotel for a day. So at least it was just for a day. I was able to come home today, this evening, and walk into a house that had power. So that's great news. But instead of the live stream, I decided to go this route. This route is better, right? Gives me a chance to do some editing, some picture showing, and things like that. So we definitely will be doing a live stream this weekend, though, be it that it don't thunderstorm. But with that said, man, let's just get straight to it, man. Detroit Lions, man, this is go time. Training camp has already started. You're already hearing some good things and some bad things during training camp for the Detroit Lions. The bad news, which turned into good news real swiftly, obviously with CJ, man, and his knee, man, I mean, took every bit of air out of my body when I seen that come across my phone, man. You know, you don't want to see any of our guys go down and get injured. The Eagles fans were rejoicing. Oh God, you see, you shouldn't have left. You should have left the Eagles and this and all of this stuff, right? Well, that turned around and that aged real quick for those guys because it was no serious ligament damage or anything of that sort. So he's day to day. And that's excellent to hear. We don't need that, man. We want to go into this thing. Our first game, which is something that we'll talk about, is against the defending Super Bowl champs, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't need that. We don't need to come in hobbling. We just experienced a terrible season with injuries last season. We don't need to do that again, man. We need to be safe in practice, man, but you can't avoid if something's going to happen. Well, fortunately, that thing did not happen to the extent that we all just were sure that it happened. Whenever somebody goes down without contact, man, and they're holding their knee and crying and on a cart, you automatically think eating towards MCL, PCL, ACL, and everything else, right? So I'm just glad that that wasn't the case, man. So that's great news. But on the other hand, the flip side, on the better note, Dan Campbell, Jared Goff have been speaking to the media, pretty much telling it like it is. I know the fan base, we have so many expectations this season, rightfully so, because we've never seen this franchise do this thing this way, right? So rightfully so, we're all optimistic. Even me, I'm full of Kool-Aid right now. I've never seen the Lions act like this. You know what I'm saying? So as far as the coaching staff and the players and, you know, the way that things are being done, I've never seen this. I've never seen us draft the way we've been drafting. I've never seen this to this extent. I've never seen a team with this much depth and that's built so stern and solid from the inside out. I've never seen that before. And it's a new experience for us all, so we don't know how to react. You know, we got a lot of optimism out there, a lot of 14, 15 win optimism out there. So, and do your thing. By any means, do your thing, man. Do your thing. I'm not knocking nobody. Even Vegas has joined the train. So, you know, like I said, it's kind of cringy because of the trauma that we've been through, but I let all that stuff go. You know what I'm saying? I tell y'all every single season, I let that go. It goes out the window. I don't do the same old Lions thing. You know what I'm saying? Every season, I hit refresh. Whether the history is in the favor of a certain type of outcome, I hit refresh regardless, because it's a new season and anything can happen, right? So, but my optimism is crazy for this team right now. It's crazy right now. I'm still hovering around that 11 win mark to be pedestrian. But of course I want to sit here and tell you that we're going to win 13. You know what I'm saying? So, it's nothing wrong with being optimistic right now. It really isn't, man. You know, you kind of deserve it, man, when you see a franchise doing things the right way. So, got to give a shout out to you know, Sheila, Brad Holmes, the coaching staff, you know, Dan Campbell, Aaron Glenn, and everyone else involved, and for the players for buying in. You know what I'm saying? For, you know, really digging their feet in the dirt and getting, you know, down to business, man. We gotta appreciate that, because we had some absolute bums come through here. We've had some turds, as Dan Campbell says. So, this team, man, like I said, they're holding that optimism to an extent. You know what I'm saying? They ready to get playing, but hey, in their minds, we haven't done nothing. We just started. You know what I'm saying? Dan Campbell spoke on that. Also, Jared Goff. You know, you got to be optimistic as a fan, but when it comes to the players and the coaching staff, they know they still have a lot of work to do. Still got a lot of work to do. We got to get there before we start talking and jaw-jacking, right? So this is the year to do that. This is the year to go and win that division. Will they win the division? If you ask me, I'm going to say absolutely yes. I don't see any of these teams, other teams, in a division besides maybe the Vikings winning enough games to outdo the Lions to win the division. The Bears is not a team that I'm worried about at all. Green Bay is always a question with Green Bay, but obviously they still got some building to do. But when it comes to the Vikings, we all know that they're one of the most fraudulent teams. They proved it again. You know what I'm saying? Even though we said it beforehand, they proved it again. They're just fraudulent, man. And also they lost some defensive players. So, you know, and like I said, it's fair to be optimistic. So I get it. I totally get it. I'm right with you. I'm there. I'm ready for the ride. I'm going to be talking a whole lot of smack. We're going to be breaking some stuff down game by game, week by week, day by day. It's going to be fun, man, because I'm here for the ride. You know, I was hoping that we would have got Hard Knocks, you know, but once that ordeal was like, okay, there's no way that's happening, I'm like, hey, man, listen, I'll be Hard Knocks as much as I can. So let's talk about that. You know, every single year on this channel, it's been a tradition where I try to give you guys a first-hand look at training camp and what we got to look forward to as we get ready to head into preseason and into the season, right? Well, this year, the Detroit Lions decided to do something different. This is what I was mentioning in my previous video. They decided to do the ticket ordeal, right? Which turned out bad for a lot of people like myself, a lot of the fans that show up every single year and sit in the sun to support this team, even during the bad times. A lot of bad times. We get screwed. And the way that we get screwed is simply because of a website crash. So a lot of us, we had our cell phones out, ready to claim our tickets, and the website crashes before it even starts. So it didn't allow us to get tickets to go to training camp. So, you know, usually we just go, right? Well, you got to have tickets this year. And at this point right now, I'm having a lot of trouble trying to find tickets to get to training camp and be there live and cover every single, you know, training camp game that I can for you guys. So, of course, that's been, man, it's been very disappointing. You know, these last couple of weeks have been very disappointing. I'm not going to lie about it. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to give it to you either way. If I have to read reports, if I got to call people that's there at training camp, I'm going to try to give y'all as much as I can. I just prefer that I'm there so I can see with my own eyes, because I look through a different lens than everybody else when it comes to football. So everybody looks at things different. And I don't want to take anyone else's feedback and pretty much spoon feed you something that you already got from somebody else. I don't want to do that. I'd rather give it my own. I pay attention to certain things that, certain other people may not. So I want to be able to give everything I can to you guys. But right now, unfortunately, just don't have, all of my training camp tickets like I would like. So, like I said, I am scrapping and clawing at trying to get, some training camp tickets, as many as I can find. But, man, it sucks. It absolutely, I really wish the Lions didn't. I know the buzz is a little bit higher because of, Hard Knocks and, what happened at the second half of the season last year. I get it. But until you see it, don't just assume. Just leave. If it's not broke, don't fix it. It wasn't broke the first time. We had a lot of hype and a lot of buzz when Matt Patricia came. Everybody loved Matt Patricia, remember? Oh, he's from the Patriots. I can't wait to see that and everything else. Well, the way that it was working back then worked just fine. But now we got the ticket ordeal. Even though that they're free, it's still handcuffing a lot of people from not being able to participate, which absolutely sucks. So that's that scenario with that ordeal. But as far as training camps, the things that I'm looking forward to is our young fellas. Of course, the new blood, getting themselves, acclimated into this thing, but the young blood, I'm looking for Williams. I'm looking for Hutch in his next step this season. I'm looking for some of our D linemen, man. So all the things that you hear in mini camping, you only can take with a grain of salt because you pretty much only going to hear good things. But training camp is a whole different ball game. The guys really go at it in training camp. So it's not just all, flowers and roses. It's a little bit different. You can critique a lot of things when it comes to training camp, and that's what I was looking forward to doing. So, yeah, man. But I'm looking forward to the youth. I'm looking forward to all the young guys continue to take the next step from this previous season, but also who we brung in the draft, man. When you're looking at, BB is what I call him, in that secondary, man. When you looking at guys like Tracy Walker getting back, you look at guys like Williams, even though he's going to be suspended, man, you still want to go out and see what he does. Like I said, there's so many things to keep your eye on. I want to pay attention to the offensive line. A lot of people forgot, but we still got Big V. I want to see Big V. He's healthy. I want to see if he's going to be, a force. I want to see everything. I want to see Dan Campbell do some jumping jacks and up downs if I can. Of course he started out with the up downs. He probably won't do no more. At least he didn't, trip over something and bite the dirt and mess up his wrist. But he did his traditional up down. It's just cool, right? It's just cool to watch Dan Campbell do that. So, man, like I said, I'm so excited, man. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Banks, man. Mike Banks, Detroit Lions, Hall of Fans, man. Like I said, I'm definitely going to get him on the show for you guys. Definitely going to get him on the show. I thought that was so cool. And shout out to Dose Dion for doing that. I thought that was so cool that, he had him on, man, and talked to him and let him get it out there. Because when you at camp, man, with Mr. Banks, it's an experience. It's an experience. So passionate, man, and so optimistic. It's good energy to be around. So definitely gonna get him on the show for you guys, man. Chop it up with him and let him get his thoughts out there to the fan base, man. So like I said, man, it's been so long waiting to get back in front of this camera for these Lions fans. I know I had pretty much just went all Pistons. I told you guys that I wanted to do one at a time because it was coming rough. Life has definitely been lifing. I gave y'all an example of these last couple of weeks. But that's all done now, and I'm 100 miles running. I'm 100 miles running. I'm ready to go. So shout out to Lions Nation Unite, man. Mike Kimber and everybody over there. Chrissy and of course Big Herm doing what they do over there. We getting ready to have a fun season. This is a great opportunity for you guys to go and download that app, man, and get in those chats and share all of your fandom and everything else to Lions Nation Unite, man, because this is going to be a special season. It's going to be a special season. So this is the perfect timing to do so. Make sure you go to the website. You got all type of merch on there, man. And, you know, just check it out, man, and enjoy it with the rest of us. We're all on there. All of our content will be on there. So make sure you guys are there. So with that said, man, I'm happy to be back in front of you guys. I'm happy to get this season kicked off. Here I am. There you are. Let's go, man. Let's go, Lions. I'll see y'all in the next video.